Let's talk nurse to nurse. Well, I bike 20 miles. This is to train for my 10Ks and half marathons. The reason I'm doing this is I'm hoping to raise donations for Star Legacy Foundation. I do volunteer with them. I want to raise awareness that they exist. Hopefully raise donations for our Colorado chapter so when we put on events, we can really make them great. Link will be in the caption, but you can always message me. Star Legacy Foundation is a nonprofit organization that supports families during times of infant loss. Being a labor and delivery nurse, I know how much that matters. So today I was thinking about really gnarly shoulder dystocias. The ones that really impact you when you leave the room, when you go home, when you sleep. So I'm going to share with you how I've learned to leave work at work, leave it to the day it happened, not bring it into the future, as well as learn something from it. I spent 12 years in emergency medicine, driving ambulances, working at a level 1 trauma center. I've taken care of some pretty bad things. First thing I do is I always stay up on my skills. Even for no reason, randomly, I might watch a YouTube video about how to use a device that we don't use very often, or I watch births that don't happen very often, like breech. I play in my mind, what would I do? How would I handle this? And I did this a lot because I used to work at some very small LDRPs in the Air Force. Working night shift, we often never had a doctor, never had pharmacy, never had a lab, no anesthesia, because they were all on call. How would I handle something until they got in? I didn't wait for skills drills or anything like that. If an idea popped in my mind and I thought, haven't used that in a while, I knew that was my signal to go play with the device or watch a video, refresh myself. If it happens, I know that I did the absolute best work I could human possibly do. That alleviates needless guilt. The thing I used to think about was, imagine if they didn't have a team even helping them. They had to do this by themselves. It could have been worse. And that's what we're here to do. We can't control if they have a situation, but how we respond to it is what really matters. And then I also have come to the acceptance that I'm in healthcare. It's not always gonna be rainbows and sunshine. If it was, I honestly don't think we'd have a job. For some, having a debrief is helpful. I personally don't need them, but I do say my own personal prayer. I use the Ho'oponopono for letting go, forgiving a situation that I couldn't control. And while I say these 4 statements from the Ho'oponopono repeatedly over and over, the stress of it starts to dissipate. So I do it as soon as possible. And then when I'm calm, I reflect back to how could I have done that better? What did I do good? It's my own personal reflection. And I say, in the future, I'm going to do it this way versus that way, or something like that.